I'm sure you all know in recent months what has happened to the stock markets as well as the cryptocurrency markets. I mean, maybe in middle of last year, people who bought into cryptocurrency were feeling on top of the moon in November, just a few months ago, when the price went up almost double, right? But in a short 3 months, it has almost halved in its value, essentially losing almost 45-50% of its value. Stocks as well have taken a huge beating. Quite a number of my friends were saying, I'm not sure, maybe should I double down? Should I invest more so that I average down the cost of my stocks? Well, if you're someone who wants to grow your income, you want to grow your investments consistently over time, having more than enough to prepare for your retirement, all right? Even if you have a 5-10 year horizon, then make sure to watch to the end of this video where I will share what are the 3 reasons why the bulk of your investment allocation should be in real estate instead of cryptocurrency and stocks. My name is Daniel. I'm the founder of Born Poor Die Rich, and I create videos every single week to help you to grow more passive income through property. So here's reason number 1. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in stocks or cryptocurrency. Well, every investment has its own objective. But what I'm saying is in terms of allocation, if you're hoping to get rich quick, to double your money, that you probably don't want to do that with the bulk of your savings, your hard-earned money. All right, that brings us to the first reason. If you invest in real estate, you can sleep well at night with peace of mind. That's, of course, if you buy the right properties, what I call golden goose properties that generate golden eggs every single month, meaning the rent is more than enough to cover all its outgoing expenses. Right. And if you buy a property like that, you will know that the portfolio won't drop 20-30% in value overnight. And in the same way, especially for those of you who are investing to have more monies for your retirement or have save up for your kids' education, imagine how you feel if you wake up the next morning and, oh my gosh, you check your phone and you realize that your investments have just halved. What are you going to do? How many years are you going to take to make back that amount of money? Right. So if you're worried about your investments, if you're losing sleep, you can't eat, cannot sleep, then it's a sign that perhaps you are over-vested in some of these areas, a sign that you're perhaps gambling rather than investing with control over the asset and also with control over your emotions. And that's one of the reasons why I love investing in property. Yes, there's work to get yourself the right knowledge, get the right teams on the ground, especially for those of us who are investing in the UK, in our golden goose investing hotspots. But once that's set up, very much it's pretty hands-off, right? You're receiving your landlord statements at the end of the month telling you the rent has come in. There might be the occasional repair, but apart from that, it's something that gives me lots of peace of mind. Every night when I go to sleep, I don't have to worry about what's happening to my properties because I know that I have trusted teams on the ground that is managing it. The second reason is this: it really frees up time in terms of monitoring the prices. So regardless of where property prices go in the short term, in the long term, right, in the 5, 10, 15 years, it will definitely go up, right? And especially, like I said, if it's set up with the right teams on the ground managing the property well, then it becomes hassle-free. Or the busiest thing you need to do is to collect rent every month. There's one big assumption, and please take note of this, is that you have the right knowledge to do your due diligence so that you're buying properties in the right areas that will generate good profit. And you need to know that even before you buy the property. A lot of amateur investors make the mistake of buying a property and hoping they can rent it out or hoping that it'll go up in value, appreciate over time. But friends, as you know, hope is not a good strategy. So the average stock investor checks the stock prices many, many times a day. I once had dinner with a friend who is investing in cryptocurrency, and he said, wow, things move so quickly, right? In properties, we're thinking, collect rent once every month. In stock investing, things can happen in a matter of a week or a few days. In cryptocurrency, the time cycle is just shortened because it's 24/7, it never sleeps. And he said, as I was in the car park, I made a trade. When I was parking the car, I missed the trade. When I came up here, I realized I had lost. If I had made the trade, I would have made a lot more money. I was like, wow, from the car park walking to a dinner place, right? And I think whilst it has its time and place, if you're finding yourself constantly on your phone and coming at the expense of, your work, your time with your family, time with your kids, then that's something that is also a worry sign. All right, and the third reason is this: why you should allocate the bulk of your investments to real estate. And the reason for that to me is that you can leave a legacy for the next generation, right? Instead of worrying, even if your stocks have done well, your coins have done well, great. If a lot of these investors are successful and these other instruments, also then look to put some of their monies into real estate. Because you heard this saying, the wealthy people in the world make or keep their money in real estate. And that's where the phrase safe as houses comes from. because people know that property is a basic need. People will need, regardless whether you're owning the property or you're renting the property, you will need a roof over your shoulder. Right? So do something that your future generations will thank you for. It's not about just guessing the next stock, the next coin. A portfolio of cash flowing properties would be a great hedge against inflation. And we know that inflation has been going up, especially with the governments around the world printing money. Right? So just imagine for a moment, friends, to be able to generate 3,000 to 4,000 of passive income a month to pay the bills, settle, your basic needs in life. Would that take away a lot more stress and give you a lot more peace of mind? So that's why I love investing in properties, because it's boring, it's predictable. I know how much cash flow I'm going to get. I know it's not going to double in value, overnight or in short weeks or months, but that's fine. In fact, this is so important, friends. You might want to take note of this. I like my investments to be boring, and with the returns, then I do the things in life that are exciting. A lot of amateur investors get it wrong. They pursue a lot of excitement, a lot of adrenaline, monitoring the stocks or your coins or other investment vehicles, and it goes up and down and gives you a lot of exhilaration. It's too exciting, but the returns may not be that predictable. One day you might be feeling, oh, that's incredible, right? I think I can quit my job. But a few months later, when the market corrects, then you realize that, oh my gosh, I've lost such a huge amount in such a short time, and it starts to affect your mood. Once again, at the end of this video, I'm not saying that these investments are wrong. All right, it's about allocation. And I believe that a large percentage of your allocation of your portfolio should be towards real estate, especially real estate that are golden goose properties. Don't buy properties that are negatively cash flowing in the hope that it will rise in appreciation over time. So leave your comments below. What are some of your allocations in the different asset classes? I'll be more than happy to take any questions that you have. All right, this is Daniel signing out.